Hi guys, so today I'm going to watch a new video and it is actually called How Malaysia Did the Impossible Covid-19. Okay, it is actually the second part of the video Malaysia's coronavirus incredible success story from the same channel called Other Side of the Truth. Okay, you should check it out, that channel. It is superb. And it's actually the second part. I actually reacted to the first part a couple of days ago, and the link will be somewhere here. You should check it out. Okay, and so let's go and check out this one. And in this video, in the first video, they just give us a outline of what Malaysia gone through. Okay, basically Malaysia initially reporting their highest number of cases in Southeast Asia at the start of this pandemic. Okay, and but then later they did an awesome job, and now they are in a very good position. Okay, they are in very good position. So let's go on. And in this video I think they are going to show us how Malaysia basically did the impossible. What are the things that they changed after this pandemic happened. Okay, and how they survived actually, right? So let's check it out. Okay,
donations and volunteer organizations. So many people volunteered and so many organizations helped out. For example, Emirates provided healthcare workers with food, AC units, and raised over 3 million ringgit for medical supplies.
So IMARET, Imam Response and Relief Team, is a team powered by Islamic Medical Association of Malaysia that provides humanitarian and aid reliefs to any disaster and outreach programs to marginalized communities. Okay, so basically they are actually saying this team actually did an important role on the survival of Malaysia. Okay, so which is awesome, right? If you have in your country, if you have this kind of teams, this kind of relief team, that is an awesome thing, right? That is an awesome thing.
Top doctor, Dr. Noor Hussam Abdullah has been ranked one of the top doctors in the entire world at fighting the coronavirus. And not only does he present accurate facts, he's able to do it in a way that gathers support and also keeps people calm as he does it.
So guys, here they are saying the importance of the Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah. Okay, he's actually a Malaysian endocrine surgeon who has served as the Director General of Health since March 2013. And if you guys don't know, endocrine means endocrine system, and which means is the study of what are they, glands, different glands and different organs, different thyroid and hormones. So this is a big part in the human body. And not only he is a great doctor, he's also a great leader, right? A lot of actually great doctors, right? But they may be not a great leaders, right? But when he is telling, they are doing it. He have that power, he have that leadership quality. I think that is what makes difference about some regular doctors, some good doctors and some better doctors, right? You have that voice, you have that leadership quality, which is awesome. That is why I think they made that kind of change.
The movement control order and the enhanced movement control order. These things are not easy to pull off, and it took so many people in different organizations to work together to have them work.
So in my opinion, I think this is what really changed the Malaysia's COVID-19 situation. The Malaysian Movement Control Order, 2020 Malaysia Movement Control Order. And basically it is a lockdown. Basically every country in the world had a lockdown, right? Almost every country in the world had a lockdown, but some of them are effective, some of them are not effective. So they did it very effectively. Okay, basically these are the methods they used. Prohibition of movement and mass assembly nationwide, including religious, sports, social and cultural activities. All religious activities in mosques suspended, and Malaysian barred from leaving the country, and restriction placed on the entry of non-Malaysian into the country. All industries closed except for infrastructure services and supermarkets and wet markets, grocery stores and multifunctional stores selling daily necessities, and all nurseries, government and private schools, and boarding schools, international schools. Basically, every education system is closed. These are the methods basically every country actually used. But what made them successful? They actually listened to it. They actually did it. Okay, they just implemented some rules and regulations. They actually did it. Okay, that is that difference. Okay, that is that different. That's why I think they just made it successful, right?
Indirect volunteers. There are so many people that helped out and volunteered and did so many different things like food delivery.
See, this is what I'm saying. The people of Malaysia are, so supportive. Unlike some other countries, right? Look at that. They are actually coming to volunteer. In this pandemic, in this global pandemic, you don't know what we are facing. We never find any vaccine for it, but still they are coming to help out. I think that is just shows the mentality of Malaysian people, which is awesome, right? Because not many people do that, right? Because of course we are afraid. Our life is the most important thing, right, for us, right? But these people are coming to help out. That is awesome, right?
Building temporary hospitals. Malaysia was able to build temporary hospitals very efficiently and quickly. For example, the largest agro park in Asia was able to be built into a hospital in 3 days.
To convert the largest agro park to a hospital in 3 days, come on, that is difficult, especially in these days, right? Where there is lack of materials, there is lack of distribution, there is lack of delivery system, and of course there is lack of manpower, and they did it. And here he is actually clearly pointing out, not only quickly but efficiently. That's also a different kind of thing, right? When this kind of disaster happens, we do it so quickly and we forget about the efficiency, right? But they actually did it quickly and efficiently, which is very, very important.
The tabligh cluster. The tabligh cluster complied with any order from MOH, and they never complained even though they had to wait long hours in the heat.
So guys, and if you guys don't know, I'm from India, and this tabligh cluster also happened in India also, and of course the gathering spiked the COVID-19 in India for sure. But the India is ruled by the right-wing parties, and they basically used to make an excuse for increasing COVID in India and blamed it all on the tabligh people. Okay, and they even said last month basically 30% of the cases linked with the tabligh Nizamuddin Marcus Convention. Okay, and the problem is, instead of taking care of the people, they just basically blame someone and made it an excuse and made it a political trick. And due to the lack of awareness, both from the government and both from the people like me, India's lockdown basically failed, and India is now in 5th position as we speak in corona affected countries. Okay, so which sucks.
Banks lent to the borrowers for 6 months.
In India, you don't get those things easily unless you are Vijay Mallya.
Stipends. Nearly 4 million homes received up to 1,600 ringgit.
So here is a big question. Okay, how can basically Malaysia give out money like that, that much money? Of course I know Malaysia economically doing great, things like that, but still that's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of money.
Ignoring politics, opposition leaders came together and forgot about politics for the good of Malaysia. Now that is really cool.
This is the most important thing basically, right? Basically all around the world, the politician parties, basically the government say one thing, and basically the opposition just oppose it, and government do something and the opposition just oppose it, and basically the opposition basically do something and the government just oppose it, and opposition say something and government just oppose it. Basically that is what actually happened, right? In basically all around the world, that is what actually happens. But it's great to see these politicians are just coming together on the same page, to help the country, to help the people of the country. It's great to see. It normally don't happen, but it's nice to see, at least in some countries it is happening, right? That's awesome.
Protecting the most vulnerable. Malaysia did a great job in protecting those that were most vulnerable, homeless and foreign workers. They were put in public halls and provided a tent.
And this is also one of those issues where India actually failed. Indian migrant workers, they were actually stuck. Okay, not Indian migrant workers means they were working on different states basically. Okay, they can even go out to different states because the pandemic just increased day by day, and they don't have a job, and they basically are at daily wages, and they don't have any money, and basically they want to go home, right? That's what we want, right? We always want to go home basically, but there is no road, there is no railway, there is no airplane, and airports are closed, and basically the other problem is that India faces, that most of the state government can't afford the stay of these people, because they have to take care of their own people first, right? And that's also the problem the state government actually faced, and some people basically worked, some people died, some people they suffered. Basically they just suffered, and they gathered together and they protested. They even protested against that, which of course together during the pandemic, which leads to a massive spike in COVID cases. It's also a big problem in India because of of course India have a big population. That's also a cause of that.
Fixing the PPE shortage for frontline workers. At the beginning of the crisis, there wasn't enough PPE for all the frontline workers, and so Malaysians took it onto themselves. For example, a fashion designer realized she had a skill set that could be very valuable, and so she took the initiative to organize an entire team to make PPE. Prisoners made PPE, college students made PPE, even a Malaysian born with no arms didn't let that stop her from making PPE.
Healthcare workers basically face the worst of pandemic due to the large number of cases, okay, and because they don't have enough PPEs, okay, they don't have enough PPEs, especially a country like India, where we have a mass population, right, a huge population, and Indian PM actually acted quickly and announced that we are actually going to manufacture 2 lakh PPEs per day, and we actually became the second largest manufacturer of PPEs, and still we are facing the short of PPEs because the large the increasing number of COVID-19 cases, okay, and some health workers are even complaining that the qualities of these PPEs are very poor, okay, very poor. They can't use it, and that is basically useless. And that is where I actually said, not only quickness, efficiency is also very important. And in some states, okay, when healthcare workers complain about quality and quantity of the PPEs, this happened.
ఇవాళ ఒక మాస్క్ పెట్టుకొచ్చాడు, N95 మాస్క్ పెట్టుకొచ్చి డాక్టర్ గారు ఈ 195 మాస్క్ 15 డేస్ వాడాలట, 15 డేస్. మేము చచ్చిపోతాం. పాజిటివ్ కేసులు ఎందుకు రావండి? మినిమం మెడికల్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్కి ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇవ్వట్లేదు. పోలీసు వాళ్ళకి అంత లోకవాడు డాక్టర్లు అంటే దుబాయ్ ఎవరు చెప్పుకుంటున్నాడు. ఏంటి సార్ ఇది? డాక్టర్ ఒక్క మాస్క్ కూడా ఇవ్వట్లేదండి. మాస్క్ ఇవ్వాలి, ఒక మాస్క్ ఇచ్చి 15 రోజులు ఏంటి సంతకం పెట్టించుకున్నారు, దొంగలకు సంతకం పెట్టించుకున్నట్టుగా.
ఎలా కొడతారు చూడండి. ఏమైంది సార్ సుధాకర్ గారు, ఏమైంది? అసలు లేదు, నేను వచ్చి మామూలుగా ఆపేది పోలీసులు. ఆపిన తర్వాత టార్గెట్ చేశారా, టార్గెట్ చేయలేదు సార్. కాపాడదాన్ని చేశాను.
సీనియర్ డాక్టర్ 20 years ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ సార్ నాకు. సీనియర్ డాక్టర్ 20 years ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ సార్ నాకు.
పోలీసు వాళ్ళు ఏంటంటే జగన్ పనిచేస్తున్నారు. జగన్ ఏంటంటే ఒక కిరాతకుడు ఇక్కడ అందరిని చంపేస్తున్నాడు. ఆయన దళితులకి
ఒక ఎమ్మెల్యే రాడు, ఒక మినిస్టర్ రాడు హాస్పిటల్కి. మా డీసీహెచ్ఎస్ ఫోన్ చేస్తే మానేసి బాబే జాబు అంటాడు. ఆయన అంటాడు నాయకు.
ఎవరు వైఎస్ఆర్సీపీ కార్యకర్త మన ఎమ్మెల్యే అక్కడ మరి చెప్పేస్తాడేమో కానిస్టేబుల్ మీరు ఒకటే గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, జగన్ దొంగ.
And number one, most important, is teamwork. It didn't matter if you're a celebrity or an average person. It didn't matter your social status. It didn't matter your gender, your religion, your ethnicity. All Malaysians came together for the better of Malaysia. And that's how Malaysia was able to do the impossible, to go from a country that had 3 times more cases than any other country in Southeast Asia to now being one of the safest countries in the entire world.
The best cricket batsman now is from India. You want to see how he was helping India during this pandemic? So guys, it is great to see at least some countries having success against the COVID-19, and the main reason of the success, of course, is the people and the government also, right? And of course the main reason is the people, because they did everything what government asked, and they helped out. They came together as a team, you know, no matter different religion, different caste, whatever it is, different people, and they just came together, you know. And that is also a problem that India is facing actually, okay, because the reason why the COVID-19 cases are spiking in India is because people like me, okay, the people of India, because we don't care, right? When the government initiated lockdown, we stayed in home for at least, you know, a week. Then after that we start to go out, things like that. Basically we didn't care, you know, we just overcrowding, right? So, and it is just spiked now, and that is a big problem. And also we have a huge population, so that does not help us also, right? And so we not only government, I have to blame myself also for that spike, right? The people of India like me is also a reason for that, right? And of course the population is so big, so pray for us and we will pray for you guys, okay? So, and now we have to live with this coronavirus, right? It's a problem. It is a problem. Hopefully we can actually fight and beat this coronavirus, and hopefully, right? Hopefully. So anyway, that's it guys, that is my reaction to this video, and best of luck Malaysia. You guys did a nice job, and I guess best of luck is for us, right? We need that luck, we need all the luck. And so anyway, that's it guys, see you guys on the next video.